When I first entered Masungi Georeserve, what immediately stood out to me was how quickly the environment changed. Even though it really isn't that far from Metro Manila, once you start moving deeper into the trail, the sounds of the road slowly disappear. The air feels cooler, everything becomes quieter, and before long, you find yourself completely surrounded by the forest. The hike takes you through narrow pathways, limestone formations, steep climbs, and sections where you have to use ropes, nets, and suspended walkways. It isn't necessarily an extreme hike, but it does require you to be present. You have to pay attention to where you place your feet, how you move through the rocks, and what is happening around you. One thing I really appreciated about Masungi is how the trail seems to work with the landscape instead of forcing its way through it. But the longer I spent hiking around Masungi, the more I realized that the experience wasn't only about the trail, the physical challenge, or getting good views. Masungi is also part of a much larger conservation effort. Some areas surrounding the reserve had previously been affected by logging, quarrying, grazing, and different forms of land encroachment. And restoring a landscape like this involves much more than simply planting trees. Rangers also patrol the area, monitor restoration sites, prevent further damage, and give the forest the time and space it needs to recover naturally. The reserve is also located within the Upper Marikina watershed. That means protecting this forest has an impact beyond Masungi itself. Healthy forest cover helps absorb rainfall, hold the soil together, reduce erosion, and regulate how water travels toward communities downstream. As a visitor, you also begin to understand why the experience is controlled. You explore the reserve with a guide, remain on designated paths, and avoid disturbing the plants, wildlife, and limestone formations. These may seem like simple rules, but they become important when people are entering such a sensitive environment. As the trail continues, you gradually begin climbing higher. The forest starts to open up, and you begin seeing more of the surrounding mountains and limestone peaks. And then, when you finally reach one of the highest points, you can look back at the entire landscape you have just walked through. For me, reaching the peak wasn't only about getting the best view. It was the moment when everything about Masungi started to come together. From up here, you can see how beautiful the reserve is. The trail gives us the opportunity to experience nature up close. But from the top, we are reminded of the much bigger responsibility of making sure places like this are still here for the next generation.